What's going on, everybody? This is Club 50 Sports. We are back here for another week. We've got some great topics that we want to discuss, and we want you to share with us what you think as well. So make sure you leave a comment. I am A-Dub. I'm here with my man, Manny C. Manny, talk to the people. What's
Yes,
going on?
we're back. We're back. We're back. NBA Finals. We are one day after the NBA Finals, man. Right here, right here. The Boston Celtics awarded their 18th Larry O'Brien Trophy in Boston, and that's why we're gonna kick it off tonight.
Yes,
Yes, yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir. They made a mockery of those Western Conference champion Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks look really good coming through the Western Conference, beating
And
Minnesota in that conference championship. We all thought they had a chance. You thought they had a chance. I thought they had a chance. And Boston said, no, 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 no chance at all. What did you think about what you saw in the NBA Finals?
man, I don't definitely the best team in the NBA won throughout the season, and I think it was the Boston Celtics. I was wrong. We was wrong. I know we predicted like a 7 game series. It wasn't a 7 game series. Um, I'm gonna put much of the blame here on Kyrie Irving. He picked the wrong time to be bad in an NBA series. He picked the wrong time. The Boston crowd got into him. The Boston crowd got into him. Guess what? 15 points, 34% from the field when he went up to Boston to play. He he was bad. He was bad. He didn't come to play. Um, a lot of that has to do with Drew Holiday. He played some lockdown defense. I'll tell you that much. Lockdown defense. As a whole, the Celtics were great on defense as a whole. The whole team plays good defense. Um, Luka Doncic, I'm very sorry. He's a great scorer. I'm gonna say, it's like you say, he's a dog. You know, he's whatever you want on offense, but when it comes to defense, he doesn't play defense, Adam. And in order for you to want to win an NBA title, you have to be a two-way player in this league. And I think that Luka lacks that. I saw it in this NBA Finals in this series. He lacks. He likes playing defense. Sometimes he gets up. I have never seen him dive for a ball. Never. And dude, this is the NBA Finals. Like, is today, or you never know if you might get back next year, or even 5 years, or even 10 years from now. You never know. But Kyrie, Luka, they didn't. They were not a factor. They were non factors. I think the series shifted when Luka fouled out in Game 3, if you remember. Um, that really hurt the match because it was a very close game in Game 3. Had they won that one, it might have been 2-1. It could be a part. I like it. It might. I think it might have been a series, a 6 game series, maybe 7. Once that happened, Adam, it was lights out basically for Boston. It was lights out. Major props to Tatum and Jalen Brown. They brought it home for Boston. Major props to them. They're still young players, 25 and 26-year old players. They do play both ways, Adam. If you didn't know, they were they're great players, offense and defense, and that's what brought them this Larry O'Brien Trophy to Boston this past. I mean, yesterday, last night. What do you say?
Um, and let's just put it this way. There's no real blame to be staked to just two people when it comes to the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks were outmanned from from a team standpoint. They were just completely outmanned. The Boston Celtics were the best team in basketball all season. That is a fact. They were the best team. They finished with the best record in the entire regular season, and they went on to continue all the way through the Eastern Conference and into the NBA Finals, and they beat a really good Dallas Mavericks team, but a Dallas Mavericks team that relies quite a bit on two players. The rest of the players don't get anything. Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't get anything done without Luka, or you're just looking for these guys to possibly have a decent night to kind of help you along. But even if Kyrie and Luka score 80 points, where's the other 20 or 30 points coming from? You don't even know. You don't necessarily have that guy. You have Washington who will play,
And Gafford and
yeah, yeah. And all of these guys are reliant on Luka and
correct.
Kyrie cooking. That's the only way
Yes.
they eat. That's the only way they eat. They have to cook for these guys to eat. These guys are not getting their own shots. They're not taking over basketball games, and they're not hitting key buckets in key moments without Kyrie and without Luka kind of, spearheading that offense. That being said, Boston, you have a whole bunch of guys who can get their own shots. You have a lot of guys who you can give it to them, and they know how to move around each other. They know how to play team basketball. And like you said, when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, all those guys play defense.
Mhm.
So Luka drives by somebody, he's got another great defender right there who's capable of at least limiting his ability to score. You're not going to find a weak link in that Boston Celtics defensive team. That's a big shout out to Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla we've got to give him his props as well as a coach. He did his thing. He did his thing. And they were outcoached. They were outplayed. Luka Doncic, we all found out. Most of us knew defense was not his thing, but we found out that he's a traffic cone. You just drive right by him. It's not a problem. You just drive right by him. He's in the middle of the street, go right around him, not an issue. He got blew by something like 68% of his drives. He's a traffic cone. Traffic cone. He's not moving. You just need to go around him, and that's it. Kyrie, the Boston fans booing, and they were relentless. They were relentless. Every time the guy got the ball throughout the entire 5 games of the series, or should I say 3 games in TD Garden, they didn't let the dude breathe. They knew when he had the ball, and they let him know that they knew that he had the ball, and it got in his head. He just wasn't the same player in Boston. But overall, coaching, overall team chemistry and everything, the Boston Celtics were the best team in the league. They went out there, they showed it. I think they threw game 4. That 38-point win that Dallas got, that was BS. In my opinion, they threw it. They wanted to win it in Boston, and they said, let these fools win a game, and let's go back home and let's mop the floor with them, which is exactly what they did.
I got to give also props. Just right quick before we end this segment. Huge props to Brad Stevens. You went from the coaching booth to upstairs to being a GM. I think him trading for Porzingis and Drew Holiday took a lot of pressure off Tatum and Brown, offensively. I mean, and it really helped this series to have Porzingis and Drew Holiday. They were big time difference makers in this NBA Finals. I have to give major props to Brad Stevens out there. I think he should win the GM of the year for sure. He needs to get it. He needs to get it.
Absolutely, and I'm happy they didn't give the MVP to Pretty Boy Tatum. Jaylen Brown definitely deserved that. If they would have given it to Pretty Boy Tatum, I would have lost my mind. I would have lost my mind. I don't care if you want his little pretty face to be the face of the NBA. Jaylen Brown is the dog on that team that actually led them to where they needed to get. Jason Tatum played well. Don't get me wrong. He played well. Neither one of them played the superstar status.
No.
Jaylen Brown, I must say, was the guy who was hitting big shots down the stretch when they needed the most. And I'm happy that he was deserving of that MVP, and I'm happy he got to Bill Russell.
Oh yes, that's for sure. Sure.
All righty. So that's the recap. We're gonna step away for a commercial break, and we will see you guys very shortly. Once again, this is Club 50 Sports. Stay tuned.